Hello world, Shelly here, and today I've got for you my take on what 10 makeup items I would buy first if I lost my entire makeup collection. First of all, that thought is depressing. Second of all, 10 items does not even get you a full face. So I'm going to also tell you my 11th, 12th, and 13th item. I'm also going to cheat a little bit and give a couple options if I was on a budget or if I was not on a budget, which allows me to sneak a few more products in here. So let's just go through this as if we were putting a face together. So if you're only going for 10 items, I couldn't fit a primer in. So that's going to be in my after the 10 items. Let's start with foundation. If you had asked me this a year ago, I would have told you it would be the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. I've got this in both 1C1 Cool Bone and 1C0 Shell now that they offer that here in the US. I will tell that to you guys. Mine came from Ireland. Thank you to my friend that picked it up for me before we could get it here in the US. But I think I'm going to change it up because I think my new go-to is the YSL All Hours. Now, I have not tested this in heat and humidity. Therefore, I'm going to pick the YSL with the caveat that if I get to summertime and this thing doesn't work in the humidity, then it would have been the Estee Lauder. So, sort of cheating there. Not really. I just have a little caveat on that one. Of course, we need concealer, and I'm going to go with the Age Rewind from Maybelline. This is kind of like just a go-to that always works for me. Now, this is the Brightener shade, which this isn't the one, but my fair is almost out, and the bottle is super gross. So I figured I would show you guys this one instead. I need to get a replacement. I did pick up and try the new lightest shade in the Age Rewind. I think it's called Ivory. It is a really yellow undertone, and it's just too yellow for me, so that does not work. So I do like fair. It's a little too dark for me, but the thing that I do like is that it's a little too dark to be brightening under my eyes, but it's perfect for low makeup days, and I can make it work under my eyes if I have to. So I'm going to go Age Rewind for concealer because this girl needs concealer no matter what. Cannot skip the concealer. To set everything, there is no question about it, I would pick up the L'Oreal Baked Balance and Brighten. This is in the shade Porcelain. This is my setting powder of choice. If you ask me that question next year, I just might be answering with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This powder is so good, but I don't have enough experience with it yet to say that it would be in my first 10 things that I pick up if I lost all my makeup. I don't even like the thought of losing all my makeup. Oh my, this is a lot of money. On to blush. If I was on a budget, it would definitely be the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Natural Glow. This is kind of like an all-purpose, can't mess it up kind of blush. It also could double as a highlighter, so if I really decided I wanted to skip a highlight and plug in something else like a primer into that slot, this could serve dual purpose. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. If I was not on a budget, I would definitely go with the Laura Geller blushes. This is the baked blush. I would specifically go with the shade Tropic Hues, which is this one, but the shade Pink Grapefruit is nice too. This doesn't come out nearly as dark as it seems like it's going to. It's a really subtle, you can build it up very easily, but you can also have it really, really subtle, and I'm a pretty subtle blush kind of girl. So if I was not on a budget, we would be going Laura Geller. For bronzer, if I was on a budget, you guys know, if Glam Bronze isn't coming back, if this is the replacement for it, then it would definitely be the L'Oreal True Match Bronze It. This is in the shade Light. I would probably get it in the shade Light only because the shade Medium is better for me if I'm self-tanning, but I'm not going to self-tan all the time. So this would be my pretty much year-round shade. And if I was not on a budget, I would pick up the Balm Desert for my bronzer. I don't think I could skip bronzer. I don't think I could skip bronzer. I think I need it. I think I need it. Thing with bronzers, you can kind of like bronze tour if you don't want to put a contour product on this list, which I do not have a contour product on this list. I just kind of use my bronzer most days unless I'm doing a full coverage, full face. So that would be the bronzer category. For getting into highlight, if I was on a budget, I've been so obsessed with this that it has knocked everything else off of any podium in the world. It's the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. This is in the shade Molten Rose Gold. And, oh, when you swatch it like so, oh, do you see it? It's right here. Oh, Let's get it to not focus on my face. I love it because it's a perfect tone for fair skin. It doesn't emphasize texture. You can lay it light or you can go crazy with it. I'm wearing a ton of it today because I had a big event to go to. I did my senior final presentation, so if you follow me on Snap, you saw me there. But if I was not on a budget, it would definitely be the L'Oreal Big Gelato Swirl. This is the shade Diamond Dust. It was originally limited edition, but then they made it permanent. It's so soft. It's so beautiful. It's so luminescent. Now, this is very similar to the Physicians Formula Butter Highlight in Iridescence, which it has like a pink shift to it. Very close runner-up was going to be the Physicians Formula Butter Highlight in the shade Pearl, because you know I've recently been obsessed with that as well. It's super pretty, and it was close. Kind of into a lot of highlight right now. Loving my highlights. For lip, it would definitely be Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lip in Lolita. This is kind of like the goes with anything shade, at least as far as my skin tone goes. If I was on a budget, it would be the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Rebel Rose, which is very similar to Lolita in the kind of things I can wear it with, but I couldn't find it to show you. So Lolita it is. For mascara, if I was on a budget, it would be the Maybelline Total Temptation. If I was not on a budget, it would be my Urban Decay Perversion. You could swap this out for my other favorite, the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, but I decided to go with the Urban Decay for today. And let's talk brows. If we're gonna talk brows, the thing is, I had a hard time picking between brow gel and brow powder. I prefer powder over a pencil, so at least that decision was kind of made for me. I decided to go with brow powder, and I would probably pick the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo. This is in the shade Granite, and I love the color of this most of the time. My hair, I prefer darker, I prefer cool toned. But if you ask me this next year, I might be telling you that it will be the Kat Von D brand new brow powder. This is the Brow Struck brow powder, and this is in the shade Walnut, and I'm wearing this today, and it's a little more warm toned than I like, but I do like it. Like, I really like the formula. I really like how easy it is to apply. I really like how well it stays in place, and I think I could get away with this without brow gel if I had to. I am wearing brow gel today. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel would be my absolute #1 winner. If I could fit a brow gel on here, that would be in my 11th, 12th, and 13th place. And the last thing I think on the top 10 would be eyeshadow. And if I was on a budget, I would pick up the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, because this palette has a little bit of everything, and I also could get away with skipping a highlight and getting something else, because there is a highlight built into this palette that does work as a face highlight. But if I was not on a budget, I would probably, and this is hard to say because I don't think you can even get this palette anymore, it's the Lorac Mega Pro 2. It would probably be a Lorac Mega Pro palette I would pick up. #2 is my favorite. I just like these because you can get a zillion different looks out of them, and they come with such a great range of matte versus satin versus shimmer, and they are one of my favorite formulas. They blend beautifully, they're super creamy. Like, I know the word buttery is so overused, but they feel so super nice. They go on super smooth on the lids, even if you've got crepey skin on your lids like I do. I love Lorac eyeshadows. It would definitely be a Lorac Pro palette. That would be the first one that I would pick up, just for love of formula and versatility. In 11th place, I would absolutely have to get some kind of waterline pencil. It would likely be the Urban Decay 24/7 waterline pencil in Legend, which is the black shade. 12th place would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and 13th place would be my Strivectin Line Blur Effector Primer, because this girl needs primer. This girl's got lines. There you have it, the first 10 things I would replace, really 13 things I would replace if I lost all of my makeup. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Ziva says hi. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.